Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemal Shabbat Shalom Kakodash Shalom to the hope of the lift out there. And I'm going to entitle this video, They Overpass the Deeds of the Wicked. And another title would be, well, that's the main title. Another title would be, this is a wicked and adulterous generation, but I'm going to stick with the first one. They overpass the deeds of the wicked. I'm talking about Israel. Israel, the Israelites out there just love to be wicked. That's why the Most High is only dealing with the elect. I'll make this short. Anyway, I came across something, I believe it was either sent to me or it was concerning syphilis. So right now I'm in the all. I'm going to go to the news in a minute if I'm not already in the news. Now, this is not the news. Let me see. Where am I? Where the hell did they say I was going to go? Yeah, well, I can start here. I can start here because it's in the 28 verse. Hey, Jeremiah just completely curses out Jake in the 5th chapter. You can really start from the first verse. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me just go to the first verse to see what that says. Okay, let me go to the 25th verse. I'll start at the 23rd verse. But this people, talking about the Israelites, and the scriptures say you surpass the deeds of the wicked. You're more wicked than the wicked. Right here in the 28th verse. They overpass the deeds of the wicked. Now, Captain Zarek had a debate with some, I guess he was an Edomite Christian or maybe a white supremacist or something, which there's nothing wrong with the word supremacy. Supremacy just means you're over somebody. So it's not wicked to be supreme over somebody in sport. That's what sports is all about. The person that gets into a particular sport and goes and becomes on the pro level, the highest level, the elite level, they become multi-millionaires because they have supremacy over everybody else. If you get into boxing, the guy that's ranked number 20 doesn't make the money that the champion makes because that's called supremacy. He has supremacy over everybody else. So this was either Christian Edomite or white supremacist had a debate with Captain Zarek. I didn't see the debate. I probably caught maybe 5 minutes of it. And like I said, I haven't seen the debate, but I believe Captain Tazarek was pretty much saying that Esau is more wicked than us. Well, Esau is the wicked, but the scriptures say that we, the Israelites, because Jeremiah is talking to he's talking to the Israelites. He says that this is coming from the Most High to him, that we are more wicked than the wicked. So that was that you didn't, I would have said, well, you know what difference does it make? Yeah, well, I proved by statistics that you Negroes and tribes are no good, you're wicked, and I'll agree. We probably do more wicked, or we do more wicked than you. based upon the scriptures. See, a lot of these debates that these guys be having are a complete waste of time. And it's, if anything, if it serves any purpose, it serves as more entertainment for the people that watch these videos. See, a lot of you Jakes watch us to be entertained. You don't keep the Passover, the Sabbath days, the high holy days, the day you damn sure ain't keeping the Day of Atonement. The only ones that keep the Day of Atonement are the ones that are a part of particular camps that are serious about this thing. You people that just watch my video or this guy's video, the next guy's video, or Sakari videos or IUIC videos, a lot of you just get entertained. The Day of Atonement comes, you told when the Day of Atonement comes, and then you just eating on that day. Then the Passover come up, you call yourself keeping the Passover, but you eating anything you want to eat outside. You know, you having sex on the Sabbath, with some of these camps, these wicked camps, I'm calling them wicked, is teaching that you can have sex on the Sabbath. So I would say, yes, the Israelites surpassed the deeds of the wicked, which are Esau. The Israelites are worse than Esau when it comes to performing wickedness. But that's not the point. The point is, when you go to Malachi 1, from the first verse on down, and it's restated by the Apostle Paul in Romans chapter 9, it says it's not of him that willeth, but the Most High that elected who's going to be, you're going to be the bad guy, you're going to be the good guy before they were born. So even if we did more wickedness, we're still going to be delivered because we're the Israelites. And yes, you can say that. Yes, you Israelites did more wicked than us. Why do you think we kept going into captivity? Because we kept, as a people, kept going off. And they were always against the prophets. A lot of you motherfuckers like, you're like this guy and this guy. First of all, you're supposed to hate us if you're not really in this thing. Blessed is he when all men speak, hatred. I'm merely paraphrasing. That's Matthew 25, if I'm not mistaken. We're not here to win a popularity contest. We're here to please the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You got Yahweh, then you got Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh is over Yahweh Shai. You got Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit. Which, so you can understand, the Holy Spirit represents the angels and the spirit of the Godhead, so to speak. Because when we receive visions, they come in the form of angels. Angels could come to you as the form of a man. That's in Hebrews 13:1. Angels could come into you in the form of a dream or a vision. So anyway, let me read this. So I'm going to read Jeremiah 5, verse 23 to 31. But this people, which are the Israelites, hath a revolting and rebellious heart. To revolt against somebody is to fight against them. To rebel against somebody is to come against them. They are revolted and gone. Neither say, now a perfect example of that is the IUIC going to blitzing these churches. What wound up happening? You guys got guns pull on you. You got women taking off their shoes, smacking you on top of the head, attacking you, fighting you. And like I said in previous videos, not one Christian from one of them churches, black churches, however many churches you went to, that blitz that you did, you didn't get one soul. You didn't get one soul. Now, I'm not knocking that you went out to Israel, but what I'm knocking is you guys would be out there for a whole hour. You can see that they ain't getting it. What makes you think that 2 hours are out there yelling and screaming scriptures, that all of a sudden they're going to get it? You're going to hit the right scripture on their head and they're going to get it. It says, but this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They love being wicked. They love being demons. They are revolted and gone. I got a video that I'll speak on it later of two black women, two big fat black ghetto women had a fucking shootout. They had automatic weapons and they would shoot. What kind of niggas are them? And they from the South. You niggas from the South is a whole different breed, boy. You know? But Jake is, I mean, you do creative new shit that Esau be like, damn, goddamn, he done surpassed me in wickedness. Jake is more wicked than wicked. But at the end of the day, it's not about whether you're wicked or righteous. It's who the Most High chose before they were born. Read Malachi 1, read Romans 9. And so the Most High is not going to do what he did in Egypt. He's going to bring a bunch of heathens and mixed multitude, and he's going to bring a bunch of wicked ass Israelites in the wilderness. He's just going to get the right ones. He's only dealing with the elect. He ain't going to mess with them in the wilderness. See, we're going to fuck people up in the wilderness, but we're going to fuck up the motherfuckers that wasn't in America. They're like them Latin tribes, whether we go to South America. It doesn't say where the wilderness is, but what the heads seven used to always say it was South America. And it makes sense because we're going to have to put Jake in order. So who are you going to encounter? You're going to encounter those Northern Kingdom tribes and then the islands and so forth. And then, Africa, West Africa, parts of Africa, different parts of Africa, because we scattered throughout the Africas, but mainly on the West Coast, all the way down to South Africa. A lot of them South Africans are Jake. So they're gonna buck up with their bullshit, and we're gonna beat that ass, And then they're gonna come to their damn senses and realize, look, we better go do what they tell us to do because they just fucking us up. Like this Russian against the Ukraine. Everybody knows the Ukraine is done. It's done. It's done, man. All that money, all that, and this guy, Biden, he's by far the worst president in the United States, man. I mean, this dude is a what? That's Weekend at Bernie's, man. It says, let me get back into this. And that's why we know that this place is getting taken out. All these other countries, they don't respect America no more. They said, neither say they in their heart, let us now fear Yahweh, our power. Because a lot of you at the last minute, you're going to try it with the chips in you. You're going to be, oh, Lord, and Yahweh. Can you remember? Oh, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai. The Lord still ain't going to help you. That giveth, you get the chip and you call on Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, the Most High is going to destroy you. That giveth rain, both the former and the latter. That's talking about the ingathering, the Feast of Weeks. There's really two Feast of Weeks. In the beginning of the year, Abib, and at the end of the year, at the end of the summer. In his season, he reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Like I said, you got the feast, you got two Feast of Weeks, but it goes into detail on the first one, the one after the Passover. Your iniquities, your wickedness have turned away these things, and your sins have withholding good things from you. For among my people, the Israelites, are found wicked men. Wicked should be a capital W. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. Now, I don't got to explain what that's all about. The Most High is going to wipe you 2/3. He's going to wipe you out, and you deserve it. You deserve a break today, and you're going to get broke. It says, 27 verse, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxing fat. What does it say in Deuteronomy 32? Jeshurun wax fat and kick. Thou art waxing fat. They shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. Esau, you're worse than Esau. You're worse than the Edomites. They judge not the cause. Niggas don't judge the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. You got a lot of multi-millionaires and a handful of billionaires among Jakes. You got Jakes doing very good, but they ain't helping the other Jakes. They can care less about them. So fuck these niggas, the super rich, these athletes, these entertainers. 29th verse. Shall I not visit? Shall I not visit for these things? Saith Yahweh. Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? What nation is he talking about? Talking about Israelites, the wicked Israelites. A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely. That's the pastors and ministers and just false prophets out there, man. And the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what shall ye do in the end thereof? What shall ye do in the end thereof? You're going to be destroyed. The scripture say in Isaiah, I believe that's Isaiah 30. There we go, Isaiah 30. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, would say to the seers, which means prophets, see not. And to the prophets, which are seers and prophets, same thing, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. They don't want the Most High. They want their Kemetic gods. And all you Jakes that are into their Kemetic, the Moors, Baptists, Methodists, whatever the hell you into, you're going to die. You're going to die on this side right here. Some of you are going to starve to death. Some of you are going to commit cannibalism. Some of you are going to get knocked over the head. Some of you are going to get shot up. Some of you are going to get struck by lightning. Some of you are going to drown. Some of you are going to have trucks fall on you. Some of you are going to burn in fires in your buildings and your houses. And some of you are going to get hit with a missile. But if you make it that far and you get that chip, you're done. And you can't pray, you can't get a chip and then call on the Most High because he don't want you no more. So anyway, there's all kinds of precepts coming to my head. I was going to read Deuteronomy 32, another precepts that come to my head, but I'm going to go right into this story. So it says syphilis among blacks in Houston, Texas. There's a major, how can you call it, epidemic, outbreak, whatever you want to call it, of syphilis. And you know where that's from. That's from men sleeping around with different women that have slept around with different men that are sleeping around with other women sleeping around with different men, and then you got women sleeping around with women and men sleeping around with men. And why do they do that? Because they're wicked with a capital W. So it says, see syphilis infection, blacks, number 2, Texas ranked 14 among states in primary and secondary syphilis rates were 2.3% of 100,000 population. Houston ranked 26 among selected cities. So you niggas are just wicked, wicked and adulterous a generation. That's why the Most High is going to get rid of you. Houston Health Department urges action for fatal deaths. April of 2021, women ages 15. Some of these girls are getting it in at 13, 12, 15, 14 to 44 in Houston and Harris County accounted for 89% of all female syphilis cases. That's you're a black woman. Another reason to stay away from the black woman. Yeah, I was doing my walk and I saw this one chick a couple of days back to back. She's a flagger. She looked good, Jake woman. So she caught me looking at her. then, then she, then she, I looked at her, but I look at all the women. I've been looking at all. If they look eat them, I don't give a damn. I look at them. But I was looking at her and she caught that and then she nodded her head, right? So I went to Google and I put in what does it mean when a woman nods her head at you, and all the sites came up saying that they approve of you, which I kind of picked up. I kind of nod back, and then I started thinking about it. I said, "Wait a minute, man! I promised myself never to deal with the black woman." But then I started thinking about where she from, what kind of family. She probably eat pork. And I said, man, I said, I ain't walking that path no more because I don't want to see that woman, man. I don't want to go into the next phase. Because Jake, man, you go to Jake's house, they got pork, and then they get mad if you don't want to eat the pork. These niggas are fucked up. They got shrimp, they got pork. Even these so-called righteous Jakes out there, they'll say they don't eat pork, but they'll eat shrimp, they'll eat lobster. I wish this guy, Rick Ross, whatever, the second Rick Ross, the rapper. There's a picture of him out. There's a trending picture of him out with a big giant crab. And he's a Levi. And he's supposed to be, that's the spirit of the lawyer. Why would you fucking eat that? I didn't like stuff like that when I was a kid. My mother beat the shit out of me because I wouldn't eat pork. And it was a spirit on me that said, don't eat that shit. Don't eat it. But you got Jakes out there that'll listen to the Muslims or the 5%ers or whatever, the Moors, and they don't eat pork. I don't eat pork. I'm righteous. Then they'll say, what would you like? I would like some fantail shrimp and some lobster. And your woman, you want to impress a woman? Take her out to Red Lobster. And what the fuck is she going to order? She's going to order unclean things because the goddamn women don't know shit, man. Women don't know shit. Most High gave this wisdom and knowledge and understanding to a man. So they just off, man. They just off. Get with a black woman from the hood or the black woman, period. She might be a lawyer. Them are the biggest hoes out there, man. There's one guy I used to train with. He was one of the Latin tribes. He might have been Ephraim or Simeon, and he was a lawyer. And he was telling me about the woman lawyer. He said they're the biggest freaks in the fucking industry, man. I mean, they're super freaks. So y'all women, man, they just ain't fucking right. So we're going into, see, I'm not just making this up. Let me read this again. Houston Health Department urges action as fatal deaths. I'm not going to read the rest of it. It says women ages 15 to 44 in Houston and Harris County, black women counted for 89% of all female syphilis cases in 2019. Texas ranked first for total. And this is based upon syphilis among blacks in Houston, Texas. Key facts: new infections increased by 57% from 2019 to 2022 in Houston and surrounding Harris County areas. There were 674 cases in women In 2022, 295, and wow, 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 290, almost 319, and it more than doubled. According to a statement by the health department, even the devil's concerned about you niggas. Con- Congenital syphilis cases rose from 16 reports in 2016 to 151 in 2021, according to the release, whatever. Syphilis cases in women and congenital syphilis skyrockets. Skyrockets. Skyrockets in Houston. Symptoms and how to stay safe. It says syphilis among women. The Houston Health Department announced a 128%, it more than doubled, it almost tripled increase in syphilis among women. And we know what kind of women, and a ninefold rise in congenital syphilis cases when a mother passes the infection to her baby during pregnancy. That's why you don't get with these fucking black women, man. You better get one of them decent Latin women that don't talk like a nigger woman. She's the fucking worst. She's the worst. You got babies being born with syphilis because the mother has fucking syphilis and getting pregnant, and it's on women. It says, an experts warn women may be confusing the disease symptoms with other more common, less deadly illnesses, meaning they don't check themselves. They popping this dude, they hopping on this guy's mushroom tip. They getting it in, they doing an orgy with their girlfriend. The wife's swapping and shit, swinging and all that, and then they don't go and check themselves. They don't go and check themselves. New infection cases by 57% from 2019 to 2022 in Houston surrounds Harris County. Congenital syphilis cases rose to address the outbreak. It's an outbreak. It's an outbreak. It's an outbreak. It says to address the outbreak, the health department is waiving all fees for STI treatment and medical. In other words, you don't got to pay for it. Just come in so we can. And then the thing that cures it is what do you call it? Penicillin. It says clinics expanding screening options and focusing on high risk areas where you niggas live. So the IUIC, y'all need to get all your forces and march your ass down in Houston, Texas. Let me bring it on back. Okay, let me go to news. This is as of 2 weeks ago. Houston Health Department launches a rapid outreach response for a syphilis outbreak. It's out of control. Two weeks ago, Houston area syphilis outbreak. Health Department reports 128% increase in cases among women. So you women are worse than it's talking about women. Ain't talking about men. This is what I put in: syphilis among blacks in Houston, Texas. I didn't put in syphilis among black women. I put in syphilis among blacks in Houston, Texas, and they telling me about these women. What is that? Amos 7:17. Thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. That's why the law for adultery is death. You put her ass to death. You have a daughter with the priest. She's a harlot. You burn her with fire. You don't stone her. There's a specific way of getting rid of her. You burn her with fire. So IUIC, you need to take all your 5,000 troops and go down to Houston, man, and see if you can wake their asses up. Houston, Harris County experiencing syphilis outbreak. This is 2023. This is 2 weeks ago. Houston, Harris County experiencing syphilis outbreak. 128, more than double increase in women, says, what is this? Houston Health Department. So what does that mean? You got 1,000 women in a particular area that has been diagnosed with syphilis, but as of right now, it didn't jump to almost 2,300 women instead of 1,000, which was 2 or 3 years ago. Instead of 1,000, it's 2,300 women. It's focusing on the women. It's focusing on you wicked ass Israelite woman. A woman can't do what she want to do. That's why the father gave the woman, of the Israelite man, gave the woman to a man of his choice. And this is what you get. This is what happens when you don't keep the laws. This is what happens when you don't keep the laws. Inside joke. It's such an epidemic, an outbreak, that even Esau is concerned about your niggas. Texas City reports syphilis outbreak amid limited supply of 4 days ago. So there's so many niggas going up in there that they're running out of penicillin. You wicked ass demons, you. How to remain safe during the growing syphilis outbreak. Yes, stay away from the black woman. Stay away from her, man. You got to stay away. She's the worst woman to deal with, man. The worst woman you can get with is a black woman, man. That's the worst woman. That's the lowest on the totem pole. It ain't talking about Edomite women. Most Edomite women take care of themselves. They go to the gym. They go to the doctor. They do their natural douches, however you want to say it. You know, they eat natural foods. You know, you see the Edomite woman. She's at the Whole Foods. She's at Aldi's. She's at what is the other one? Trader Joe's. You know, she's having food delivered to her from certain Fresh Direct. I saw a Fresh Direct truck earlier going to a white Edomite house. That you don't see no Fresh Direct trucks in the hood. You don't see that in the hood, man. So these Edomite women and a lot of these other women, they take care of themselves, man. The black woman, she's all out of shape with 350 pounds, 400 something pounds, and proud of that shit. And think she look good. Bitch, just because you slap a blind wig on yourself doesn't make you look good. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. With that, I'm going to say shalom.